Okay, Miss Kirby, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, this gentleman, Douglas Kirby, um, he stopped paying child support about a couple of years ago.
Okay.
Danny, he's 8 now. I want to know what is going on, and I want to know when he's gonna stop paying child support, please.
Okay. So how long has it been since he paid child support?
He paid for 3 years.
Okay.
And it's been 2 years since I haven't received anything.
Okay. 2 years. Okay. And you said the child is 8?
Yes.
8 years. Okay. All right. Mr. Kirby, is there a reason why you have not paid child support in 2 years?
Correct, Your Honor. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 3 years ago, and
Okay.
over the period of 8 months, it actually got really bad, and so I have not been able to really. I'm unemployed at the moment. I have not been able to work. I do, however, I receive disability and Social Security, and I've got the paperwork here if you need to see that.
Well, I have a copy of it up here with you, what was turned in.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I see award letters. He does receive Social Security and disability.
Well, first of all, I think he's lying. Second of all, he can work with minimal duties.
Well, what do you
still
think
pay
he's
child-
lying about? You think he's lying about the disability? You think he's lying about the award letters that I'm looking at? Because they look like official documents from the state.
Okay, ma'am, it's like this. This guy is not good. Once we got married 9 years ago, I took care of him. Doesn't have a job. I made him to go back to college. I made him to get a degree. He's got a good job in IT. Okay, as soon as he got the job, okay, I don't want to be married anymore. Really good job. Pay child support. Then, okay, he was paying $1,000 a month. Now I'm $1,000 a month short for 2 years.
Okay, I understand that, but you understand that he has a legitimate excuse for not paying anything, right? I understand it may be frustrating, but you do understand that, right?
He cannot work in IT. He cannot just push the buttons.
Well, if
not
he
like-
has something from a doctor saying that he cannot work. Until he gets something that actually releases him to work or he stops receiving benefits from the state, we really can't order him to pay any child support.
I think what he wants to do, he just wants to stay home, sleep until noon, whatever, then go out there, play guitar or whatever it is that he was doing before we got married. He just doesn't want any responsibilities. And I think he needs a revaluation on his medical exam.
Okay. Well, you definitely can pay for that if you want to do a reevaluation or anything like that, but he can't give you what he does not have. So I can't modify his child support or anything like that to make him pay you any more money. I just can't do that. Not when he has a legitimate reason not to be doing it.
Can you order him to pay health insurance? Because I'm paying $300 right now for the health insurance for the child.
Is that for the child only or is that
Yes,
for
ma'am,
you?
for the child only.
Okay, like I said, until he, okay, gets some sort of clearance, some sort of W-2 paycheck stub that says he's making around the amount that he was making, I mean, you really can't do anything at this point.
Okay, but okay, fine. Even if though he receives less money now, but he still can pay child support. Still can pay child support out of that amount, right?
Well, he can pay. It's taken out of the lesser amount, but not from his Social Security benefit. It's not going to be taken out of that.
So there's nothing I can do about it.
Not at this point, unfortunately. Do you know when, well, you probably don't know, has the doctor said anything about you being released back to work full time or anything like that?
Nothing at the moment. It's not something I'm against. I was making good money doing IT, and she's right. She did push me to, go back to college and get my degree, and it worked out for quite a bit. I even set some money aside for college for Danny, but it's just at the moment I can't. And like I said, over 8 months it just kept getting worse. There's small signs of it getting slightly better, but it's really bad right now. I can't stare at screens. The numbers get blurred within it. At the moment, I do apologize. But it's not something I can do. I would love to. I love our son as much as you do, but I mean, right now, if we're being honest, you make decent. You make a decent amount annually.
I believe he's sincere. I believe he's being very sincere about what he's saying.
When I can contribute, if I'm cleared, I'm more than willing to do it, Your Honor.
Yeah.
It's always something. It's always some kind of excuses, Your Honor.
Well, the good thing is that if and when that time comes and he's able to make even more money, right? You
Correct.
Understand that your child support can go up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Correct.
So in the event that happens, you can get an increase, but just nothing for today. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No.
No? Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
In today's courtroom, we see a case that highlights one of the toughest issues family courts ever face: child support, fairness, and the question of genuine disability. Miss Kirby brings her case before the court, frustrated and determined. She claims that Douglas Kirby, the father of her 8-year-old son Danny, has not paid child support for the last 2 years. According to her, Douglas once paid regularly, $1,000 a month, but suddenly stopped. Now, she wants answers. And as she puts it, she wants to know when he will start paying again. Douglas admits he stopped paying, but his reason is very different. He testifies that he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 3 years ago, a serious and progressive illness. Over the course of just 8 months, his health collapsed to the point that he could no longer work. Since then, he says he's been unemployed, surviving on disability and Social Security benefits. To support his testimony, he produces official award letters from the state confirming those benefits. The judge reviews them carefully, and they appear legitimate. But Miss Kirby doesn't believe it. She insists Douglas is exaggerating his condition, that he could work with minimal duties if he chose to. To her, this isn't about disability. It's about avoidance. She even accuses him of being lazy, of wanting to stay home, sleep until noon, and play guitar rather than face adult responsibilities. In her eyes, Douglas is a man hiding behind paperwork while his child suffers. For her, the courtroom is her last chance to hold him accountable. The judge, however, pushes back on her claims. She explains that when someone is officially on disability, the law does not allow the court to order support payments beyond what the person is capable of. Social Security disability checks cannot simply be garnished for child support in the same way wages do. And unless Douglas is medically cleared to return to work, the court cannot force payments that legally and practically do not exist. It's a striking moment, because while the mother's frustration is understandable, the law here is clear. But emotions rise even higher when Miss Kirby recalls their marriage. She says she supported Douglas for years, pushed him to finish college, helped him build a career in IT, only for him to leave her once he got a good job. She feels betrayed, abandoned, and left to raise their son largely on her own. From her side, this isn't just about unpaid checks. It's about justice for the years she feels she carried him. Yet family courts are not designed to punish broken marriages. They are designed to enforce present obligations, and that tension is on full display here. Douglas, in turn, responds emotionally. He insists he loves his son deeply, that he even set aside college funds before his health collapsed. But he says the reality is grim. The disease has worsened, his vision blurs when he tries to work with computers, and at times he struggles just to get through the day. He apologizes, insists he would gladly provide more if he could, and promises that if cleared to work, he will contribute again. His sincerity seems to move the judge, who acknowledges his condition as genuine. The mother presses further, asking if Douglas can at least be ordered to cover health insurance, which she says costs her $300 a month. Again, the judge explains that unless Douglas has verifiable income, the court cannot impose such an order. The frustration is clear on Miss Kirby's face. To her, it feels like the system is protecting him while leaving her alone with the burden. But the legal principle remains. The court cannot extract money from benefits meant solely to sustain a disabled individual. In the end, the judge rules carefully. No additional child support will be ordered today. But she makes it clear. If Douglas recovers, if he returns to work, his support obligation can not only resume, but even increase. Until then, however, the court cannot act. The gavel falls, and the case closes with an uneasy finality. A mother still unsatisfied, a father still struggling, and a child caught in between. This case leaves us with bigger questions. How should courts balance the needs of children with the rights of parents facing genuine disability? Should there be reforms that allow partial contributions, even from disability income, or does that unfairly punish the sick? And how should personal bitterness from past relationships influence the decisions of family court? These are the questions that don't end when the hearing does. They linger, shaping our view of justice and responsibility.